emotions of a year of work and sweat, guts, glory, and fear.
Put me on the 1 foot line and give me 2 minutes to go and give me all 3 of my timeouts and give me my boys. And then let me hear my name over the loudspeaker. Let me hear the roar of the crowd. Let me have the booing on one side. Let me get in and call plays, see the eyes grow as I call these plays and talk to them. Let me feel the hair on my back crawl up. I mean, that's what the Super Bowl does to you.
All sights are set on one glittering goal. The chance to play and win in the Super Bowl.
If we die together. You can get it done. You can get it done. What's more, you gotta get it done.
There's a gleam, men. There's a gleam. Let's get the gleam, all right? Let's go.
Want a piece of that championship? Put it in here.
After all these years, Mike, that I could come out here and be nice and relaxed. Jeez, I'm a nervous wreck.
Hey, guys, where else would you rather be?
Alrighty. This is Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. And we're going to be doing the second game of our doubleheader here. Well, for the conference championship games. The Jacksonville-New England game was pretty exciting, so check that out. I'm going to be using 2nd and 10 football once again. And it's going to be the Minnesota Vikings visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. So Miss Mags is in the co-host seat for this one. And she is not a Eagles fan. As you can tell, she is a Siamese kitty, and she does not like the Eagles for obvious reasons. So she's going to be pulling for the Vikings. So this should be an exciting game. The NFC Championship game, 2017 season, 2018, taking place on January 20th of 2018. So without further ado, let's get this game underway. So, alright. So, we are going to be replacing Carson Wentz with Nick Foles. Other than that, the lineup should be pretty close to as they were for this NFC Championship game. So, we're going to have, like the other games, we're going to have the AI control both teams, and I'll just be doing the play-by-play announcing. Seem to work the best. Gives a true, non-biased results to the game. So here we go. Here's the toss. So its temperature is 23 degrees, cloudy. Wind is 15 miles per hour. Here's the toss. So Minnesota is going to win the toss and will defer to the second half. Same thing Jacksonville did. So Philadelphia will receive. Minnesota will kick off into the wind. So Kyle Forbath will kick off for the Vikings. And he'll be kicking to Kajon Barner and Wendell Smallwood back deep. And so it's kicking back into a strong crosswind. Kicking will be difficult in cold weather. It's going to be a touchback. So, alright, so let's get into it here. Let's change Carson Wentz. Where is it? Alright. Okay, why isn't it letting me change here? Toggle through available quarterbacks. Oh, I think I gotta change it to, that's right, take the AI off. Change the AI in both teams here. Oh, there we go. Oops. Alright, now I'll put them back on. Only needs to change the Eagles one. Alright, so Nick Foles under center. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 25. After the touchback. Minnesota's standard set with the run key on Ajayi. They're setting up to throw. Foles with a medium pass to Ertz. Alexander jumps the route but misses the football. Ertz has it to 35 and is nailed by Alexander at the 35 before he has any room to run. So a gain of 10 yards and an Eagle first down. So behind Foles is going to be Ajayi at running back with Algathor, Jeffrey, and Gibson in at wide receivers. Ertz in at tight end. Run defense for the Vikings, expecting Ajayi to carry the ball. Foles drops back to pass, flips it to Ajayi. Excellent coverage by Hendricks. It will cause the incompletion, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Standard man coverage by Minnesota. Safety doubling, covering Ertz. Foles drops back to pass, hands it to Ajayi in the draw play. Ajayi brought down by Hendricks. They're a gain of a couple, so that's going to leave 3rd and 8. Vikings are set up tight in the receivers. Jeffrey facing double coverage. Medium pass to Burton. Joseph jumps the route and gets a hand up. And knocks down the pass at the line. So that's going to bring up 4th and 8. So the Eagles will have to punt. Donnie Jones on to punt with a strong crosswind. He'll be punting into the wind. Actually, it's a crosswind, so see how that affects the ball. Sherrill's in for Minnesota to receive the punt on the kickoff return, punt return. Jones is punting with a strong wind behind him. Long snap to Jones. Punt is on the way. And Minnesota will let it roll. And it rolls out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. So perfectly placed by Jones. That's where the Vikings will start. 1st and 10 at their own 5. Deep in their own territory. Case Keenum under center. Mike Zimmer, the coach. Running back is Delvin Cook. The receivers are Diggs, who caught that huge pass to propel Minnesota to this point in the actual playoff. So it'd be Diggs, Thielen, Treadwell in at wide receivers, and Kyle Rudolph at the tight end. So standard defense, Philadelphia. Safety doubling, covering Thielen. Case Keenum has the ball, rolls out, going to pass. Keenum's primary receiver is double covered. Pass heads in that direction anyway. Keenum throws a medium pass to Thielen, and Thielen cannot make the play. So that'll make it 2nd and 10. Philadelphia showing blitz, but they end up standard defense. Safety double covering Diggs. It's a run by Cook. Cook is brought down by Bradham at the 9 for after a gain of 4. So it's going to bring 3rd and 6. So they might blitz. Instead, they stay close to the receivers. Single coverage on him, but Thielen. Keenum gets the snap back in the pocket. Hands off to McKinnon. Breaks free. Margos gets over and brings him down. It's a gain of about 6 and a first down. So just enough for a first down. So Minnesota has it now 1st and 10 at their own 15. Get a little room now. Breathing room. Run defense in Philadelphia. Key on Murray. Murray on the run. Murray manages to get 3 yards. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Defense playing for the pass. DB's up close. Philadelphia is doubled on Thielen again. Keenan's intended receivers well covered. Looks elsewhere. Short pass to Diggs. Caught by Diggs at the 21. And nice tackle by Kendricks. Limits the play to gain of 3. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the 21-yard line. Philadelphia expecting a pass. Bump and run. Safety doubling on Floyd. Keenan back to pass. Medium short to McKinnon. Hauls that one into 24 and pulls it down to 25. So it holds it to about 4 yards, which is close enough to measure. Here we go. And he's going to be short. So not a very good spot there. So Minnesota will be forced to punt 4th and 1 from their own 24. Too risky to go for it there. To quickly be back to punt for the Vikings. Barner back to receive. on the return. Philadelphia lined up for a good return. Oh, it snaps over Quigley's head. It's a free ball at the Minnesota 3. Jenkins dives on the ball at the 3, and Philadelphia will come up with it at the Minnesota 3. Wow. So the punt was snapped over Quigley's head. So a lot of adrenaline running through the snapper as he gets it over Quigley's head, and they're lucky that didn't go into the end zone, but still, first and goal at the 3. So Philadelphia set up in golden field position after that special teams goof there. Wow. Vikings expecting to run. Keon Ajayi. Ball snapped to Foles. Gives it to Ajayi. Up the middle for a yard. So let's bring up second and goal. Minnesota expecting to run once again. The Keon Barner. Barner has the ball. And a loss of 1. So Minnesota seems to be almost in the huddle on those last 2 plays. So it's going to be third and goal. Still at the 3. So big third down here. Minnesota in tight coverage. Barr coming in the blitz. Foles is hurried by Barr. He looks to run. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of just 1. So it's going to be fourth and goal at the 2. And it looks like they're going to bring on Sturgis to go for the field goal. So Philadelphia, after the botched punt there, is able to hold the Eagles to a field goal attempt. So that's a victory in and of itself right there, as they only had 3 yards to go for the touchdown. 19-yard field goal attempt by Sturgis. First kick of the day. And it's good. So Philadelphia is on the board first after the muffed punt. After the bad snap on the punt. So that's going to bring it 3-0 Philadelphia. So Elliott to kick off for the Eagles. McKinnon and Sherrills back to receive the kickoff. Almost halfway through the first quarter. And that's going to be a touchback. So Minnesota will get it 1st and 10 at their own 25. Murray in the backfield. Man defense for Philadelphia. Double coverage on Thielen. Murray has the ball, gains 3 yards, and goes out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 7 at the 28. Philadelphia in tight coverage. Safety doubling on Rudolph. Getting up the throw. Setting up the throw. Cook gets it on the draw play. And he's driven back by Jernigan for a loss of 1. So Philadelphia snuffed that one out. So it's going to bring up 3rd and a long 8 from their own 27. Man-to-man defense, Philadelphia. DBs are playing slightly off the receivers. Philadelphia doubled up on Diggs. Here's the snap. Keenan back to pass. Medium short pass to Ham. And it falls incomplete as Ham was blanketed by Bradham. So, once again, Minnesota will be forced to punt. Quigley back a little further this time, just in case there's a snap is too long. Darren Sproles back to receive for the Eagles. Set up for the return, long snap to Quigley. No rush, and the punt's on the way, so it's good this time. It's not a good punt. Sproles signals for a fair catch at the 38. So a punt of only 35 yards. Perhaps he just wanted to make sure that he caught that. He received that one. Didn't get much on it. So Philadelphia will be set up 1st and 10 at their own 38. Up 3-0. Ajayi in the backfield. Minnesota expecting the run. Ajayi on the run. Gideon fills the gap, and Ajayi manages just 2 yards on the play, so Minnesota snuffs that one out, holds him to a gain of just 2. Double coverage on Jeffrey. Foles flushed out of the pocket. There goes Foles. And he gains just 2 yards before going out of bounds. So I bring up 3rd and 6 from the 42. Minnesota playing the run. Expecting Blount to carry the ball. Former Patriot. Foles drops back to pass, then hands it to LeGarrette Blount on the draw. Blount is hauled down at the 44 after a gain of just 2. So Minnesota forces Philadelphia to a 3-and-out. So Jones will be back to punt again. Sherrill's on the return. It's going to be a high punt, and it's going to be down at the Minnesota 19. 37-yard punt. Case Keenan comes back out. Murray and Ham in the backfield. Dual running backs. Tight end coverage by the Eagles. Thielen double covered. Tries to dump it off to Murray outside. Murray makes the grab to 21. Is tackled at 23 after a gain of 4. So bring up 2nd and 6 at the 23. Eagles have 8 men in the box with the run key on Murray. Flare pass to Murray. Oh, and there's a flag. Our first flag of the day. Murray comes up with it, though, after a gain of 7. Let's see what the penalty is.
Offense.
Oh, and it's offensive holding, so that will come back. So that will back Minnesota up. So Philadelphia accepts that. Net difference of 50. Net difference of 17 yards on that. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 16 all the way back at the 13-yard line. Philadelphia expecting a pass, playing bump and run. Double coverage on Rudolph and Thielen. Keenum is making his usual drop. Diggs is running a medium crossing route, and it falls incomplete. Diggs was blanketed by Robinson on that one, so it's going to make it a difficult 3rd and 16. So Philadelphia's defense came to play today. Bump and run coverage, extra DBs. Defense doubling up on Thielen and Rudolph. Diggs is running on the corner route. And it's going to be picked off by Graham at the 28. And he's going to go all the way. Oh, he's caught at the 3. So Keenum is picked off by Graham, who turns it all the way to the Minnesota 3. As Philadelphia fans are going ecstatic. Let's see what's going to happen here, though. Ajayi carrying the ball. Ajayi has the ball. Johnson has him in the heart and stops him at the line. So let's see if Minnesota can stop him again from getting in. Starting at the 3 this time, too. They're able to hold him to a field goal the last time. Let's see what they can do here. So 2nd and goal at the 3. Minnesota playing the run, expecting Ajayi, and it's run by Ajayi. He finds an opening inside and gets through this time. So Ajayi is able to get through this time with a 3-yard touchdown run. As the fans sing the fight song for the Eagles, Fly, Eagles, Fly. Oh, wow. So Sturgis only 50% extra point attempts. That is not good. Here we go. Let's see if he gets it. 50-50 shot. And it is good. Wow, I've never seen it that low. 50%. I think they would get another field goal kick, an extra point kicker there. At least. So Philadelphia is now up 10-0. Elliott back to kickoff. McKinnon and Sherrill's back from Minnesota. So Minnesota unable to do anything. And Philadelphia's defense with 2 huge plays. Well, special teams and defense. So they get 10 points off those turnovers. So taken by McKinnon at the Minnesota 4. Looks to his right, hesitates, goes left. Found some room. And he gets a 32-yard return. So a nice return by McKinnon. And Minnesota will finally start in good field position at their own 36. So their best field position so far. Let's see what they can do here in their 4th possession. Philadelphia expecting a pass. Defense double duck on Diggs and Rudolph. Cook on the run. Room to the outside. He's over the 40. Pass midfield. And finally tackled by Kendricks at the 37. So run of 27 yards by Delvin Cook. So Minnesota in Philadelphia territory for the first time. 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 37. Key on McKinnon. Give is to McKinnon. And McKinnon goes nowhere. So they'll make that 2nd and 10. Philadelphia expecting a pass. Key pass on McKinnon. Play fake to McKinnon. Keenan's going to run. And he's knocked out of bounds after a gain of just 1. As McKinnon is struggling to get back on his feet. Telling the coach he's okay. And we do have injuries on in this, so that is a definite possibility. As we played in the Patriots-Jaguar game, we had injuries on. Fortunately, there weren't any injuries in that game, but it is on. So it's a very real possibility. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9 at the Philadelphia 36. It'll be a 53-yard field goal from here. Thielen double covered. McKinnon drops back to pass. Double coverage on Thielen. Keenan has plenty of time to look around. Rudolph is running a square out. Robinson jumps the route and tips the pass away. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 9. So Quigley, the drive stalls at the Philadelphia 36. And rather than risk a long field goal, Quigley, Minnesota is going to punt and tries to pin the Eagles back deep. So Barner on the return. Philadelphia guard against the fake. And Quigley is hoping to drop it inside the 10. 36-yard punt, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So only a net of 16 yards as it goes into the end zone. Much to the dismay of the Minnesota coach. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20. Where Nick Foles will start. Already up 10-0 as we near the end of the first quarter here. We should have one more play. Possibly 2. Foles looking for double coverage of Jeffrey. Give us to Ajayi. Tripped up by Griffin for a 1-yard loss. So that's the end of the first quarter with the Philadelphia Eagles up by a score of 10-0 over the Minnesota Vikings. Philadelphia benefiting from a botched punt attempt to a interception. And they were able to convert that into 10 points. Alright, so the Eagles were their 2nd and 11 at their 19. Minnesota expecting a short pass. Run Keon Blunt. Give us to Blunt. Nice rattle move by Joseph, and he holds Blunt to a 1-yard gain. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Double coverage on Ertz. Snap to Kelsey. Snap by Kelsey. Foles is back to pass. Foles looking for Algathor on a medium pass, and Smith is able to break it up by getting a hand in on the pass. So Philadelphia will be forced to 3 and out. Jones back to punt. Sherrell's back to receive the punt. Long snap to Jones. No rush, and the punt's on its way. Solid punt. Fair catch by Sherrell's. So Minnesota will have it at their best field position yet, at their own 43, after only a 37-yard punt. So Diggs, Treadwell, and Floyd, the receivers for Minnesota. Rudolph, the tight end. Eagles playing the run. Run key on Murray. Murray has the ball, and he's hitting the backfield for a loss of 1. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Bump and run coverage for Philly. They'll try to put pressure on Keenan. And it's going to be Keenan was in the pocket. Medium short pass to Bell. And Hicksel is able to jump the route and knock it away. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Defense playing for the pass. Bump and run coverage. Floyd and Diggs double covered. It's going to be a pass to Thielen. Thielen makes the catch at midfield. Is immediately forced out of bounds by Douglas after a gain of 8. So that's going to bring up 4th and 3 at midfield. So once again, the Vikings will be forced to punt as their offense stalls. Barner back to receive for Philly. It's going to be a short punt. And it's going to roll dead at the 15. So just a short punt of 35 yards, but good field position for the Vikings forced Philadelphia to have bad field position, I should say, at the 15. So Minnesota 8 men in the box. A run key on Ajayi. Ajayi has the ball. And he's tripped up after a gain of 3. So going to bring up 2nd and 7. Try to put pressure on Foles. Nice gain of 8 though by Ajayi. So in a Philadelphia first down at their own 26. Double covering Ertz, run by Ajayi, and he's dropped for a 1-yard loss by Griffin. So Griffin got off his block and was able to make the play on Ajayi. So it'll be up 2nd and 11 at the 25. Minnesota in tight coverage, run key on Ajayi. Ajayi gets the call. Ooh, and there's a flag. Let's see what that is. He gets 3 yards.
Holding. Offense.
Oh, it's going to be that'll back him up. So that's a 10-yard penalty. So it'll bring up 2nd and 21. All the way back at the 15. Standard defense of the Vikings. Run key on Ajayi. Foles gets a snap. Hands off to Ajayi. Ajayi has blockers on the outside. And Rhodes forces them out of bounds to the 26. They're a gain of 11. So they get half of it back. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 at the 26. Minnesota dropped back from soft to man coverage. Defense doubled up on Gibson and Ertz. Foles has the ball and rolls out. Going to pass. Elgathor running a medium crossing route. And the wind will throw that timing off on that one and cause the incompletion. So Philadelphia forced the punt. So other than the 2 turnovers, setting up the Eagles in great field position, neither team has really been able to move the ball effectively. So Sherrell's back to receive. The punt by Jones. And it's a nice punt. Sherrell's calls for a fair catch at the Minnesota 36. 38-yard punt. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Minnesota at the 36. Defense playing for the pass. Safety double on Diggs. Keenan drops back to pass. Pass rush heats up on Keenan, and he has to find a secondary target. Thielen, the intended receiver. And it's complete to Thielen. And a gain of 4. Miss Maggs has returned to a co-host seat. Maggs was not too happy with the Eagles' lead there. So it's going to be 2nd and 6. Safety double covering Treadwell. Cook gets the call. Cook around the edge for 6 yards. It's going to be close. And they're going to be short. So it's going to bring up 3rd and less than a yard. At their own 45. Run blitz by the Eagles. McKinney gets the call. And he's knocked out of bounds for a 6-yard loss. Ouch. So Philadelphia stuffed that one and more as they tried to get around the edge and ended up losing 6 yards. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 7. Minnesota will be forced to punt once again. So Barner back to receive. Quigley back to punt. Drops back. And gets the kick away. It's not a good one. So hauling it to 27. And he has open field in front of him. Short room at the 40. He's tackling there on the sideline after picking up 13 yards. So the Eagles will start 1st and 10 at their own 40. Great field position. See what they can do here. Minnesota expecting the run. Ajay gets the call. And he heads outside for 3 yards. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Vikings are in a standard set. Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Encroachment. Defense.
So that will bring up 3rd and 2. Sorry, 2nd and 2. So 2nd and 2 now. At the 48. So double coverage on Ertz. Ball is snapped, hand off to Ajay. Jello stopped inside, and he bounces to the outside. He's over midfield. Under the 40. 30. He could go all the 20. Is he going to do it? No one's going to catch him. And he goes in for the touchdown. So Ajay breaks loose. And he scores a 52-yard touchdown run. Ouch. In Philadelphia is now up 16-0, barring the extra point, which is not automatic. And it's good, but he's 2 for 2 so far. So 17-0 after the huge 52-yard touchdown run by Ajay. Philadelphia out there commanding 17-0 lead. 6 minutes and 25 seconds left till halftime. So Elliott back to kick. McKinnon and Sherrills back to receive. Minnesota looking to at least score some points before halftime. And it's going to go out of bounds. So that will set up Minnesota in good field position at their own 35. So if Minnesota can score here, and then they'll get the ball back at halftime. Quick toss to Rudolph. Grabbed by Rudolph to the 37. Tripped up at the 39. So it's going to be a completion of 4 yards for Keenan. So 2nd and 6. Philadelphia in tight coverage. Keenan looking to double coverage on Rudolph. Ham on the run. He's hitting the backfield for a loss of 3. Philadelphia snuffs that one out. So it's going to bring up 3rd and a long 9. Double coverage on Thielen. It's going to be a pass. No, it's going to be a draw to Murray. Nice fake on the defender. Now he's in the clear. He's tackled at the 46 by Watkins after a gain of 10 and a first down. So interesting play calling there. They catch the Eagles off guard there, and he's able to gain 10 yards and a first down. So Minnesota 1st and 10 at their own 46. 4 minutes, 29 seconds left till halftime. Eagles playing the run. Run can cook. Keenan drops back the pass. Rudolph is the intended receiver. And it's complete at midfield. He breaks it back outside at the 40, the 30. And he's hauled down by Robinson from behind at the 23. So Minnesota on finally putting a drive together. Has it 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 23. And double coverage on Treadwell. Murray on the run. He's knocked out at the 16. 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. Crowd trying to spur on the defense. Diggs running a corner route. Diggs is open. And he's got it at the 2. And he goes in for the score. So Diggs does it in the last game against the Saints and now gets a touchdown pass here. And that's going to put Minnesota back into it. 82% chance for Forbath. And it's good. So it's 17-7 now as Minnesota cuts into the Philly lead. Definitely back in it now. As if they can hold Philadelphia here, they'll get the ball back at halftime. Or they might even get a chance here if they can hold Philadelphia to a 3-and-out. They still have all 3 of their timeouts. Forbath back to kick. Barner and Smallwood. It's going to be Barner. Breaks through. And he's met at the 30 after gaining 16 yards on the return. So Philadelphia has it 1st and 10 at their own 30. Up by 10 now. Minnesota expecting the run. Ball snapped to Foles, gives it to Blunt. And Blunt gains 2 yards before running into Griffin. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Run defense again from Minnesota. Blunt gets the call again. And Blunt gets just 3 on that. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 as we reach the 2-minute warning. Third and 5. And it's a flag. Ooh.
Delay of game. Offense.
Wow, and Philadelphia's unable to get the snap down. As Peterson is furious with that. So that'll make it 3rd and a long 10. Minnesota's still plenty of time. Back in the pocket. Draw play to Ajay. Hit in the backfield for a loss of 1. So Minnesota will call a timeout. Their first. Still have 2 more left. So Jones back to punt. Minnesota should get the ball in good field position. Sherrill's back to receive. Long snap to Jones. No pressure, nice punt. Sherrill's waves his hand and he gets a fair catch at the 26. So Minnesota with 2 timeouts, 1:43 left on the clock. I'm hoping to get at least a field goal attempt. So they're going to throw. Keenum's primary target, spike ball coverage. Thielen is running out pattern, and it sailed in the wind and falls incomplete. So 2nd and 10. Ball stops with the clock stops with the incompletion. Double on Diggs and Rudolph. Snaps the ball. Keenan drops back to pass. Draw play to Murray. And Murray gets just 3 yards on it. So Philadelphia now starts using their timeouts, thinking they might get the ball back. So 3rd and 7. Single coverage area by Diggs. Ball snapped to Keenan. Drops back to pass. Pressure from the edge. Buried by Blunt for a loss of 3. Didn't even see him coming on that one. So Barnett with the sack.
Timeout defense.
And Philadelphia calls their 2nd timeout. So they'll have 1 timeout and plenty of time. Should have about a minute on the clock by the time they get it. So Quigley back to punt. Barner back to receive for the Eagles. Gets the kick away. Good punt. Fair catch by Barner at the 29. 45-yard punt. So 1:05 left. And Folds will see what he can do here. They need about 40 yards to have a reasonable shot at a field goal, roughly. So they'll have to go to the sidelines here with just 1:05 left. Double coverage on Jeffrey. And it's going to be a handoff to Blunt. That's interesting play calling there.
Timeout offense.
Wow, as Philadelphia calls their last timeout there. That's really strange play calling on that one. Foles taking his little drop. 10 receivers double covered. Looks to find no one's open. Throws it to his original target. And Ertz. Nope. Alexander gets a hand in to break up the play. So 3rd and 8. So Minnesota's going to have a possibility here. And Burton will get to 39. Stumbles at making the catch. And it's a 1st down. And that's going to just about do it. Viking, 1 more play here. It's going to be a handoff to Ajay, so they're just going to go in the locker room content with a 10-point lead. So that was some interesting play calling there after using their timeouts. They didn't really go after it. Apparently they didn't want to do anything too risky there. So headed into the locker room with the score Philadelphia 17 and Minnesota 7. So let's check out the stats here at halftime. So Minnesota, actually we'll go for Philadelphia since they're ahead. Foles 2 for 7 for just 18 yards. So very ineffective passing. Ajayi, 14 rushes for 89 yards. So Philadelphia's main game has been on the ground. 2 touchdowns for Ajayi. For the Vikings, Keenan was 8 for 15 for just 73 yards. Rushing, Murray 6 for 25 and Cook 4 for 35. Rudolph 2 catches for 35 yards. Diggs 2 catches for 19 yards and a touchdown. And that has been it. That's pretty much the whole offense here. Key has been the defense and the special teams. Graham with a huge interception that was eventually brought back for a touch. They eventually got a touchdown out of. And special teams won't show up in the stats here, but Quigley had a snap go over his head, and Philadelphia was able to down it at the 3-yard line. But Minnesota actually, it could have been a lot worse. Minnesota held them to just a field goal there, so it could be as high as 21-17. Instead, it's a manageable 10-point deficit instead of a 14-point deficit. Big difference there. There's your drive summaries. So, all right, we'll be right back with the kickoff for the second half with the score of Philadelphia 17 and Minnesota 7. All right, and we're back with the second half kickoff. We have coffee in hand, and we're ready to go. Miss Mag's ready for the kickoff. Hoping that the Minnesota Vikings get back into this game. She's pulling for the Vikings there. So, all right. So, Elliott back to kickoff. McKinnon and Sherrills, once again, deep for Minnesota. Here's the kickoff. Philadelphia kicking their strong crosswind, mostly against them. It's a very cold day. And he covers McKinnon with it. He ups it up to 1 and returns it for 30 yards. So an excellent return by McKinnon. Set up Minnesota 1st and 10 at their own 31, down by 10. So McKinnon in the backfield. Thielen, Treadwell, Floyd, and Rudolph, the receivers. Man defense for Philadelphia. DBs are playing slightly off the receivers. Double coverage on Keenan's primary target. And he's going to throw it in that direction anyway. And his throw is too low and is deflected at the line by Jernigan. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. He goes neutral. Double coverage on Thielen once again. And there's a flag. Murray looks to the outside, but it's dragged down to turf to 31. No gain.
Offense.
Oh, it's going to be holding on the offense. So that'll push Minnesota back. So it'll bring up 2nd and 20. Keenan moves into the pocket. Diggs, intended receiver on a medium pass. Catch made by Diggs, 33. And let's see, he might not have had control of it. And they're going to call that one back incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd and 20. Prevent defense for Philadelphia. And Minnesota is going to throw. Murray on the screen. Cox anticipates it, gets a hand up, and knocks the pass down at the line. So Minnesota will be forced to a 3-and-out to start the second half. As Philadelphia's defense holds. Quigley back to kick. Barner back to receive. Quigley drops back. Eagles are playing for a return. Long snap to Quigley. No pressure. Good punt. That's going to be taken at the 21. At the Philadelphia 36 by Barner. Gets the edge over the 40. Into opponent territory. Over the 40. 30. He could go all the way. And he's tripped up at the 18. By the punter. Wow. So the punter tracks him quickly tracks him all the way down there. But Minnesota will once again have the ball in excellent field position. First and 10 at the Minnesota 18 after the return of 46 yards on the return after only a 43-yard punt. So Jai in the backfield. And they're watching Jai on the run. Jai is the ball carrier, and he's stuffed behind the line. Griffin makes the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd and 11. Single coverage by Ertz. Ertz double covered. Caught by Jai at the 19. Barr closing quickly and holds him to just 5 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 6. All-purpose defense in Minnesota. Ertz double covered. He's going to throw. Oh, it's going to be a draw to Jai. Good block by Johnson. And Jai will get 7 yards and a first down. So 1st and goal at the Minnesota 7. Minnesota expecting the inside run. Jai gets the call on the outside, though. And the defense recovers quickly and holds him to just 2 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal. Run key on Jai. Ball snapped to Foles. Goes to Jai. Gideon. Great penetration. And misses the tackle. But Jai manages to get just 1 yard on the play. So I'll just bring in 3rd and goal at the 4. Single coverage on anyone but Algathor. Foles going to pass. Good coverage. Foles switch receivers to Ertz. Ertz is covered and the play is broken up. So Sturgis will come on to attempt a 21-yard field goal. As it's 4th and goal. As Minnesota defense holds. Not their fault that the special teams messed up. But they are able to hold. Hold once again as Philadelphia, again, got in the red zone, but is only ending up with a field goal. Kick is up, and it's good. So 20-7 now, as the field goal by Sturgis is good. Yeah, because if Minnesota wouldn't have stopped those 2 Philadelphia field goals there, well, wouldn't have stopped them from attempting field goals, and they would have gotten touchdowns, it could be as high as 28-7. So big difference there. As we're still within 2 scores, 20-7. So a good hold by the Minnesota defense. Sturgis and McKinnon back to receive. McKinnon gets it this time at the 8. McKinnon heads out of bounds after a gain of 24. So Minnesota will have it 1st and 10 at their own 32. Down by 13. Philadelphia expects a pass, playing bump and run, double coverage on Thielen, hand off to Ham. Long breaks through and Ham is brought down at the 31 for a 1-yard loss. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Double coverage on Diggs. Overball snaps the ball, hand off to Murray. Murray goes wide for 6 yards before Graham gets him to 37. So it's going to be down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Cook in the backfield. He goes a medium pass to Diggs. Had some zip on it, and McLeod got just enough of it to cause the incompletion. So Minnesota forced to a 3 and out as we approach the midway point of the 3rd quarter. Kick underway, high underhand kick, and caught by Barnett to 22. Gets just a couple yards on the return. 41-yard punt. So the Eagles with it 1st and 10 at their own 24. So Minnesota keying on the run. Sproles being keyed. And it's going to be a sideline pass to Sproles. Foles misjudged the wind on that one, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Defense playing the pass. Ball is snapped. Foles drops back to pass. Griffin in the backfield in a hurry. Foles takes off running. Outside run for just a gain of 1. As Robinson makes the tackle. So that'll bring up 3rd and 9. Foles gets a snap back in the pocket. Shifts the secondary receiver. Algathor. Rhodes goes for the interception. And he's got it. So Xavier Rhodes picks off Foles. So a huge turnover there. As Minnesota has it 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 32. With a short field now. McKinnon in the backfield. Philadelphia expecting the pass. McKinnon has the ball. And gets a nice run of 8 yards. So 2nd and 2 at the Philadelphia 24. Single coverage on anybody but Rudolph. Run by Murray. He picks up 4.
First down.
And a Minnesota 1st down. So 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 20. Philadelphia expecting the run. Handoff is to Murray. He's stopped by Means for no gain. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Double coverage on Rudolph. Cooked the ball carrier. And he's brought down by Robinson after a gain of only 1. So that's going to bring it 3rd and 9. Key on McKinnon. Eagles have 2 double coverage on Diggs. They're going to throw. Keenan throws a medium pass to Thielen. It's caught by Thielen at the 11. And Thielen's going to hobble off the field. So it looks like he'll come back, though. And it's going to be close to a 1st down, and they didn't quite make it. So 4th and a big 1. What are they going to do here? Are they going to go for the points, or are they going to try to get the 1st down? There is an injury timeout on the field. So big decision now for the Vikings. Do they go for it, or do they go for the field goal? And they're going for it. Ball snapped to Keenan, drops back to pass. Flat pass to McKinnon. McKinnon has the ball at the 13. Run down the sidelines. In for a touchdown. Wow. So instead of going for the 1st down, they go for it all. And he's able to get an 11-yard pass to McKinnon for a touchdown. So that took 6 plays, 32 yards. We're taking 2:57 off the clock. So let's see what the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. So Minnesota now down by 6. After the turnover there, they're able to get a touchdown. Miss Mag's very happy about that. So 4:44 left in the 3rd. It's a 6-point game, 20-14. So Forbath off to kick it off. Barner and Smallwood back to return. And it'll be going in the end zone for a touchback. So Minnesota lead cut to 6 now. Fans are a little antsy here. Minnesota is the home underdog in this. So Rhodes blanking the Algathor. Foles looks for a new target. Plays it safe with a quick out to Johnson. And Barr is right there to deflect the pass. So that'll be 2nd and 10. So watching Blount in the run. Here's the snap. It's going to be a medium pass to Jeffrey. Jeffrey has it to 38. And Rhodes brings him down at the 43. So big gain of 18 yards on that one. And Philadelphia 1st down. 1st and 10 at their own 43. Looking for Ajay on that one. Handoff to Ajay. Barr gets great penetration and brings Ajay for a loss of 1. Let's see what the flag is.
Offense.
Oh, it's going to go against the Eagles. So we'll accept that one. Push him back. So it'll be 1st and 20 now. And their own 33. So Ertz being double covered. Foles is back in the pocket. Foles has some zip on it. And Brock gets just enough of it to cause the incompletion. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 20. Nickel package from Minnesota. Hauled in by Sproles to 37. Brings it down to 43, so a gain of 10. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 from their own 43. Vikings expecting the pass. Defense doubled up on Ertz and Johnson. Foles sets up in the pocket. Medium short pass to Johnson. And Gideon breaks it up. So Philadelphia will be forced to punt. Jones back to punt. Sherrell's back to receive the punt. High end overrun kick. Sherrell's hauls in at the 13. And he's brought down almost immediately. Wait, he spins away. And he's over the 20. And he's pushed out of bounds at the 29. So a great recovery by Sherrell's. So 16-yard gain to 44-yard punt. And Minnesota have it 1st and 10 at their own 29. Down by just 6 now. Eagles playing man-to-man. Watching Cook for the run. It's going to be a pass to Treadwell. And it'll be broken up by Kendricks. 2nd and 10. They try to put pressure on Keenan. Thielen running a medium long crossing pattern, and that falls incomplete. 3rd and 10. So Eagles playing soft man. Double coverage on Thielen and Diggs. Setting up the throw. And shifts to Rudolph. Medium pass to Rudolph. Rudolph is well covered, and that play is also broken up. So Minnesota with a 3 and out. So good defense by the Eagles. So quickly back to punt. And it's not a good one. And we caught it to 36. Burner with some yardage. But he only ends up going backwards and is tackled at the 34 for a loss of 2. So Philadelphia will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 34. Time running out down in the 3rd quarter here. Run key on Blunt. Blunt is the ball carrier. And he's going to lose yardage. So he loses 3, so that'll make it 2nd and 13. Run key on Ajayi. Flare pass to Ajayi. And he makes it catch at the 32. And he's got room. But only gets 4 yards on that. So that'll bring up 3rd and 9. Nickel package by Minnesota. Ertz and Johnson double covered. Foles stays with his primary coverage. Ertz and the intended receiver. But Sherrell's gets a hand in and breaks it up. So Philadelphia will be forced to a 3 and out here. As we near the end of the 3rd quarter, this should be the last play. Punt is on the way. A nice punt. And Sherrell's catch at the 17. And gets a little bit of room. Over the 20. Over the 30. Over the 40 now. He's crosses midfield. And he's finally tackled to Philadelphia 45 for it. To a return of 38 yards. So that'll end the 3rd quarter. With the Minnesota Vikings in Philadelphia territory. Down by 6. So we'll start the 4th quarter. McKinnon in the backfield. Diggs, Thielen, Floyd, and Morgan. Receivers for Keenum. Keenum sets and fires quick toss to Thielen. Good catch at the 48. And he loses his footing. And he goes down after a 3-yard loss. So 2nd and 13. Double coverage on Thielen. It's going to be a draw to Murray. And it'll be a gain of 2. Tackle by Jenkins. So that's going to bring 3rd and 11. Big 3rd down here. Thielen double covered. Keenum sets up the pocket. Screen pass to Floyd. And it's just out of his reach. So despite getting good field position, Minnesota's unable to do anything with it. And we force the punt. Barner back on the return. Punt rolls dead at the Philadelphia 14. So that'd be a punt of 32 yards. So Philadelphia have it 1st and 10 at their own 14. Blunt on the run. He be stopped after a gain of 6, so 2nd and 4. Run by Blunt. Blunt explodes up the middle. And nice gain of 11 and a first down.
First down.
So Philadelphia will have it at the 31-yard line now. 1st and 10. Smallwood on the handoff. And he'll drop back in the pocket. Smallwood circles to the outside. And it's a poor pass thrown behind Smallwood. And falls incomplete. So 2nd and 10. Run defense for the Vikings. Watching Ajayi in the run. Pressure on Foles. Still looking. And he decides to run. And Kendricks gets to him after a gain of 4. So that'll bring up 3rd and 6. Run key on Ajayi is a snap. Foles drops back. Ertz on a little circle pass. And hauled in at the 42. Tackled the 48 for a gain of 13. And a Philadelphia first down. Philadelphia almost at midfield here.
Flag on the play.
And there's a flag. Clement has the ball. And he manages 2 yards. See what the flag is.
Defense.
Oh, it's offsides on the defense. So I'll make it 1st and 5. Now Minnesota territory at the 47. Minnesota expecting the run. Kelsey snaps the ball. Foles drops back to pass. Foles underneath Ajayi. And it'll be broken up by Barr. So that'll bring up 2nd and 5. And Foles is hit from behind at the 49. And he'll be sacked by Griffin. So that'll make it 3rd and 9. Ball back in Philadelphia territory. Doubling on Gibson and Ertz. Falls back to pass, looking for Ertz. Still looking. Goes to a secondary. And runs out of time. And is forced to run. Foles turns the corner. Is knocked out of bounds by Kendricks after a gain of 5. So that's going to bring up 4th and 4. And Philadelphia will be forced to punt here. Sherrill's back deep. Jones aiming for the sidelines. And Michels calls for the fair catch, but he can't hang on to it. And he fumbles it. Oh, no. But Minnesota is able to recover it. And Barr makes the recovery. Whoa, that could have been disastrous for the Vikings. But they're able to hold on as Barr makes the recovery after the fumble by Sherrill's. So Minnesota will start deep in their own territory at their own 7. 8 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game. McLeod steps in front of Treadwell, and it's going to be picked off at the 11. And McLeod will go all the way for a touchdown for the Eagles. Oh my goodness! So oh my goodness! So after the near fumble, now Keenum throws a pick to McLeod, who returns it for a touchdown. So wow, what a turn of events here as Philadelphia fans erupt after being quiet for a little while. 2-point try for Philadelphia, going for the 2-touchdown lead. Run key on Ajayi, play action pass. And it's passed a little high, but Ajayi comes down with it anyway. So that'll make it a 2-touchdown lead now. So, wow, what a turn of events here. After Minnesota pulled within 6, Philadelphia gets the pick and returns it for a touchdown. Miss Mag's not happy with that one. Mr. Brody's coming on in here. Mr. Brody goes into the co-host seat. So Mr. Brody is going to take over for Miss Maggs, as Miss Maggs is not happy with the results here. Miss Maggs, you're not really supposed to show bias in the co-host seat. So she's letting Mr. Brody know what's going on. Oh, look at this. So there's a battle for the co-host seat here. You definitely get that other co-host seat. And Mr. Brody has won. Let's see. Oh, Miss Maggs is. Oh, it's a battle royale here. This is like the FOC here. This is like Fire Pro Wrestling on Al Red Sox Fans channel. And Mr. Brody wins that battle. Good job, Mr. Brody. Stand your ground. So Sherrells and McKinnon back to receive after the Philadelphia touchdown. And that's going to be a touchback. So Minnesota with some work to do here. Down by 2 touchdowns now, 28-14. Double coverage on Thielen and Diggs. Medium sideline pass to Diggs. Great running by Diggs to 35. And he heads out of bounds after the catch. After a gain of 10 though. So 10-yard gain on the play and a first down. So Minnesota has it at the 35, 1st and 10. Philadelphia expecting the pass. Double coverage on Thielen. McKinnon, the intended receiver on the short out pattern. And it falls incomplete. Oh, look at Miss Maggs there. She's going to try to battle Mr. Brody. Mr. Brody, hold tough there. Maggs. Battle of the co-host seat there. They just love to do the play-by-play here on Higher Ground Gaming. They're fighting for the co-host seat. Let's see what Miss Maggs is going to do here. Brody, hold tough. So, it'll be 3rd and 10 now after the incompletion caused by Kendricks. Pass Keenan McKinnon, single coverage on but Thielen. Keenan gets a snap back in the pocket, medium pass to Diggs. And Keenan steps in front of Diggs and picks it off at the 45. So another turnover by the Vikings. Wow, they're self-destructing here. And Philadelphia will have it 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 39. This could be the final nail in the coffin here, as they're approaching the midway point of the 4th quarter. Philadelphia already up by 14. So Blunt on the run, not much there. So Minnesota needs a hold here, as they cannot afford to get behind by any more. Minnesota 8-man in the box. Run key on Clement. It's going to be a run by Clement. Changes his direction. Picks up 8 yards. So wow, they had it sniffed out, but Clement is able to still get 8 yards. And they're going to be a little short here. So that'll bring up 3rd and 1. So a huge, this is the game right here. Minnesota needs to stop them here. From here to be a 47-yard field goal. So they need to stuff him here. Single coverage on by Ertz. Ajayi, the ball carrier. Clears the hole for Ajayi. And 1 yard, but just enough. Gets just enough. So that is all but seals the deal there. Ajayi, the ball carrier. And that'll be a loss of 3. It's too bad they couldn't have done that on the last play. So 2nd and 13. Minnesota expecting a pass. Burton and Jeffrey double covered. Ajayi is brought down after a gain of 7, so it's going to bring 3rd and 6. And Ajayi has reached 100 yards rushing, 103 yards to be exact. So Ajayi having a great day today. And Mr. Brody is holding tough there in the co-host seat. Miss Maggs right next to him, though. So that's going to bring up 4th and 4. And Sturgis is going to go for a 40-yard field goal here. So it says 99%, but I don't know with this wind. We'll see. 2 for 2 today. On its way. And it's good. So while Sturgis is only 50% for extra point attempts, apparently he's more than compensates in his field goal ability, accuracy. So that is now a 17-point Philadelphia lead, and the Philadelphia fans are celebrating as they're most likely going to go to the Super Bowl to face the winner of the Patriots-Jaguars game, which we've already decided, but go check that out if you haven't checked that out yet, so you can see who the Eagles are going to take on. Still not over yet, but looking strongly like a Philadelphia win. So Minnesota got themselves in the early hole, but they just were never able to recover fully. They did pull it within 6, but all right, let's see what it is. Snap to Keenum. Josh bat to pass. Ham circles to the outside. It's broken up by Good. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Thielen and Morgan. Ham intended receiver and the medium short pass. And he leads Ham just a little too much. That'll fall incomplete. So it's definitely 4-down territory here. Keenan on the pass. Let's see. So you're looking for Diggs on the pass. Diggs catch it to 31. And it's a gain of 6, so 4th and 4. Hold on here. They have to go for it here. They have no choice. So we're going to override this just because they have to go for it. So, alright, so that's going to be a 4th and 4. So we're going to try to get that completion here to, what's our highest percentage here? We'll just go with that. Thielen. Short pass. Let's go with our highest percentage here. Here we go. Here's the game. Well, the game's pretty much decided anyway. He runs. And he gains 5 yards and a first down. So we got to call a time. No, we don't have to call a timeout here. We'll spike it. So they stop the clock with a spike. And now we'll go back to the AI. Double coverage on Diggs and Thielen. Diggs has it at the 43 and immediately steps out of bounds. It's a gain of 7 yards, so Minnesota has it now at their own 43. Man-to-man defense, Philadelphia. Keenan with the ball rolls out, gonna pass. Diggs running a shallow crossing pattern. And Bradham breaks up the pass. So it's gonna be 4th and 3 now. Philadelphia double and Thielen. Keenan's yard backs the pass. Plays it safe for the quick out to Rudolph. Hauled in at the 42. And another first down. So approaching the 2-minute warning here. Minnesota still has all 3 of their timeouts. Needs a quick score here, though, to have any shot. Pass on Cook. Double coverage on Thielen. Safety medium pass to Diggs. Makes the catch at the 42. And he fumbles. And it's recovered by Philadelphia. So there it goes. There's the end of the game right there. Well, it was over before, but that is the icing on that seals the deal totally there. So Miss Maggs is nowhere to be found. She's very upset. And it's going to be a fumble. Hold on. Foles fumbles the snap, but he recovers it. And we're at the 2-minute warning with the score. Philadelphia 31, Minnesota 14. 2-minute warning. Vikings expecting the run. And it's 2-yard loss. So Minnesota calls their first timeout. 2 left. Falls back to pass. That's strange. Screen pass to Ertz. Gets it to 39 and 8 yards.
Defense.
So one more timeout from Minnesota. So Philadelphia will be forced to kick. Sherrill's back on the return. Minnesota lets it roll, surprisingly. And wow, down all the way out to 3. Keenan back in the pocket. Sideline pass to Rudolph's broken up by Jenkins. 2nd and 10. Keenan back to pass. Double cover. Looks as though no one is open. Throws it towards the original target. Diggs is running a square out. Pass a little high, and Diggs cannot quite come down with it. 3rd and 10. Rudolph has it at the 9. So just a 6-yard gain, so 4th and 4. And I'm going to try that again. Complete to Thielen at the 8. Tackled the 14. So gain of 5. And Thielen hobbles off the field. So first down. And Minnesota calls their 3rd and final timeout. Keenan sets up in the pocket. Diggs on a flag pattern, and it's picked off by Douglas at the 34. So Douglas with an interception. And that will do it. As Minnesota cannot stop the clock. Foles takes a knee. So one more play here. Foles takes another knee. And that's the end of the game. As the Minnesota Vikings fall to the Philadelphia Eagles. So the Eagles will go to the Super Bowl and represent the NFC in Super Bowl 52. I think it's 52. LII. That'll be 52. So they'll be going on to face the winner of the Patriots-Jaguar game. So again, check that out if you haven't. And Jay Ajayi is going to be the most valuable player. 103 yards rushing. 2 touchdowns. 2 catches for 9 yards. So let's check out the box score. So actually, let's check out the passing up here. So Keenan leads from Minnesota, 18 for 40. Let's just check out the box score. So for the Philadelphia Eagles, Foles was just 8 for 22 for 76 yards. So very little passing involved there. So 1 interception. Ajayi was a story of the day. Actually, Philadelphia special teams was the story of the day. Defense and special teams. We'll look at that in a second. So Ajayi, 23 rushes for 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. Blunt was 9 for 26. Foles 8 for 11. Clement 1 for 7. And Barner 1 for -1. Receiving Ertz 3 for just 31. Ajayi 2 for 9. Jeffrey 1 for 18. Sproles 1 for 10. And Burton 1 for 8. For the Minnesota Vikings, Keenum was 18 for 44, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 picks. Murray was 10 for 37. Cook 5 for 36. McKinnon 4 for 8. Keenum was 2 for 6, and Ham was 2 for -4. Diggs 6 for 50 and a touchdown. Thielen 5 for 22. Rudolph 4 for 46. McKinnon 2 for 14 and a touchdown, and Murray 1 for 4 yards. So let's check out the defense. Story of the day for the Philadelphia was their defense. So 4 picks by Graham, McLeod, Jenkins, and Douglas. McLeod returned his for a touchdown. Barnett with a sack for the Eagles. 1 pick for the Vikings. Rhodes 1. And sacks by Griffin. A sack by Griffin. Special teams play. There you go. Yeah, the drive summary. So, yep, Philadelphia got some quick scores off of some turnovers and special team plays. And then a defensive touchdown here, pickoff. So that is it. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, my co-hosts Mr. Brody and Miss Mags, as the Philadelphia Eagles advance to Super Bowl 52. So we will see you in Super Bowl 52 for our next game. So take care, God bless, and check out the other stuff on our channel. We have a Rob Gronkowski career replay going on. We have a Kyle Yastrzemski career replay. And we have a Bobby Orr career replay and also a Larry Bird career replay. All New England sports icons using Inside Sports Games. So we use all kinds of games. Stratomatic. Replay baseball. Digital Diamond baseball. Diamond Mine baseball. Action PC football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Along with some role-playing games. And various other things. So very exciting things going on our channel. And of course, Miss Mags and Mr. Brody are co-hosts of most of the games, other than the inside pitch games, because we use a laptop for that, which my camera is not working with that. But anyway, yeah, we're definitely growing, and check out our stuff. So thank you for joining us, and God bless. Bye-bye now.